Hey Henry, I'm Zach. I work for DevilsDigest.com. In my years, at least, being in Tempe, usually there's some question marks surrounding the offensive line, but this year, for the first time in a while, it seems like there aren't any. Can you speak to the strength of this year's O-line?
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty tight group. I feel like we've come a long way since last year. There are a lot of new faces, kind of with me and Kellen coming in, and Ben Scott kind of getting his first year of acclimation. And now kind of we all have that kind of chemistry and that unity that we've built over the offseason that's really kind of come together. And you can really see it in practice now. It's starting to come together. It was a little slow the first couple of days, but now we're really starting to play like a unit, which is really exciting.
Yeah, and Henry, I mean, talking about playing as a unit, I mean, we just talked, obviously, to AP, going up against that defense, obviously the defensive line trying to get the best. It seems like in the beginning of practice, like Coach said, when practice first starts, they kind of have the advantage. But how have those battles been going, and how has it helped the O-line as a group?
I mean, it's been great. I mean, I don't know about anyone else, but I think that we have one of the best D-lines and front sevens in the Pac-12. So the age-old saying, iron sharpens iron, and I think that's really been the case for us. I mean, you've seen guys like in our second string coming a long way, going against those guys too. And I think that's really making us kind of come together and us have to really hone in on our skills so that way we can improve on what we need to improve on.
Henry, Chris Cartman, Sun Nova Source. Can you walk us through the timeline and the nature of your leg injury from Stanford through last year and then this year, and how you're feeling now?
Yeah, I mean, so it's been kind of a long road for me. Obviously, I broke my leg. It was like October of my last year at Stanford in 2019. That was like about a 6-month recovery before, or it was about a 4-month recovery before I could actually start walking on it and rehabbing on it. And that's kind of around the timeline around March and April when COVID hit, so we got sent home and I wasn't able to do any rehab with any trainers or anything. It was all at-home workouts and things like that. So obviously it wasn't ideal. I couldn't make any excuses though, so I had to work with what I had, and luckily I was able to get out here a little early in the summer and work on some stuff. And I don't think I was at where I needed to be last year, so I'm very, very grateful that the NCAA let us come back for another year of COVID. I think that was really beneficial for guys, especially in my circumstance, as well as other guys. I feel like Kellen had surgery too, and he's kind of coming back now too. But I feel like I'm the best I've ever been right now, and I'm really looking forward to the season.
Henry, how do you feel also the communication and just the chemistry with the O-line? I mean, you being in your spot, but just how everybody is adapting to each other and how far you guys have come along as a group.
Oh, I mean, every single day we're getting better. We're getting, like I said, that chemistry and that unity that's so crucial on the offensive line. I think it all starts kind of in the center with Donovan. He's able to communicate out, and we're echoing those calls to the tackles. Personally, I feel like on the right side with me and Ben Scott have really come a long way since last year, and I think that we're really starting to work on some double teams and pick up some stunts a lot better than we were last year, so that's really exciting, especially for a guy in my position. And then on the left side, I think with a guy as dominant as Kellen and LD has that experience now, it's really starting to shape together well.
Yeah, just to follow up, in what ways do you feel like you're a lot further ahead now than last year in terms of like things that you can actually do on the field or how it feels?
Like personally?
Yeah.
I mean, just my mobility wise. I feel like my strength has kind of remained consistent. I mean, my foot speed has just come such a long way since being able to. Ankle mobility and knee mobility too were the two biggest things I needed to work on, and I'm very grateful for the strength staff and Coach Joe for getting me back to where I need to be. Speed-wise, I mean, I'm pretty much back to 100%. I'd say I was probably like 70% last year, so I'm really excited. I think you guys are going to see some really, really good things out of me this year.
Why was ASU the place for you to go?
I mean, there were a lot of things that went into it. I kind of wanted a fresh start after the injury at Stanford, and I don't know if you guys know, but Casey Tucker kind of did the same thing that I did. He was 2 years before me at Stanford, and he grad transferred here. And he was really influential on my decision to come here. He said he loved it. Coach C, I had a good relationship with him and the guys when I came on my visit, and then also it was a lot closer to home too, and my family is really important to me, and I'm looking forward to that, have them at every game this year.
And then Coach Pierce had talked about just with the negative headlines and the recruiting inquiry, the thought is to keep things kind of in-house and worry about that. How is that message getting, I guess, told to the team? How are you guys kind of moving forward?
I think the team's receiving it really well. I mean, we're focused on football. That's really what we're here to do. We kind of zone out all that other noise, and we just come to practice and work. And it's easy when you have guys that are so motivated, and we have leaders like Chase and like Case, Hattis, who can really kind of get the team motivated and focused on football. Because at the end of the day, that's why we're here. We're not here for any of the other drama or anything like that. So, yeah.
And Henry, I know you're supposed to obviously be blocking for him, but I mean, these running backs, I mean, you guys know you have to obviously you need to make your blocks, as we all know, and like hold them. But I mean, is there times where you're supposed to be blocking, we just kind of look and you're amazed with what they're able to do?
Oh yeah, I mean, and I'd even include Jaden in that list too, for just guys who are able to make plays out of nothing. Especially for an offensive line, I think we're getting to the point where we're going to handle what we need to handle up front. And be able to get those guys on opportunities where they have one-on-ones with safeties, and I think that's going to be the most exciting thing for us this season. I mean, like at Stanford, I played with guys like Christian McCaffrey and Bryce Love, and those guys were very exciting, and I think that you're going to see a lot of similarities out of our backs this year too.